Hey, what is up, everybody? Ross Cessna from Spiritual Phoenix Studios. We are on day 28 of the 40 Servants Introduction Ritual, and today we are meeting the Levitator. Welcome back, Phoenixes. Ross Cessna from Spiritual Phoenix Studios. We are on day 28 of the 40 Servants Introduction Ritual. We are going to meet the Levitator, but first we're going to hear about my signs from Kravnok or Kranvok. Honestly, yesterday was a good day. It was Thanksgiving. His whole thing was about bringing happiness to people. It was a pretty happy experience despite maybe some of the challenges of this year. I really just cooked dinner for my mom and I. Everything came out really good. I was really proud of that. I was able to share it with some family members and really just kind of reflecting back upon Thanksgiving's past and different places I've been at in my life. It was nice to feel somewhat content, to have purpose, to feel at peace with myself because I've been thousands of miles away from family, by myself, hungover, miserable, completely alone and isolated on Thanksgiving before. And just to kind of hang out at my own apartment, which was comfortable, eat really good food, and kind of rest and relax. I don't know, it was just nice. It's kind of nice to have a slower pace to life, and I never really understood that when I was younger. So there's a lot of happiness in slowing down, right? And with that said, we are going to transition into the ritual for the Levitator. Let's get it going, right? Great servant, the saint, to come to me so I may know you. I am Ross Cessna, the master and ruler of this domain. I call you here so that you can introduce me to the servant, the Levitator, who is known for rising above it all and seeing the greater story. O great servant, the saint, bring the Levitator forth so that I may recognize him, and in return he will recognize me as his friend and master. Ever obey me, great servant the Levitator, and ever please me. In return I will offer you acknowledgement and sustenance so that your energy, potency, and fame increase. Give me a sign that you have heard my call and have come forth to welcome me as your master and friend. I make these offerings as a thanks to both of you. And for the incense today, I use some of the protection and then some of the imagination. Because this card is kind of about pulling back and seeing the bigger picture, for the sake of your own sanity, I thought that those were appropriate choices. Just using the straight up oolong tea. And now we are going to introduce ourselves to the Levitator. All right, and now let us meet the Levitator. This servant shows us how to rise above the drama in our lives so we can stay aloof and detached. He encourages us to try to see things from a different angle. And his mantra is, I rise above it all. His key words are rising above it all, different perspectives, seeing things from a different angle, escaping the drama, being aloof, detached, and above. And his prayer is, O great servant, the Levitator, who rises above it all and sees the greater story, show me how I too can escape all this drama so that the events that surround me no longer drain me. May the bigger picture be clear to me. And one of the interesting things about this servant too is in the last sentence of its description, and it says, the Levitator can also be used if you are pursuing the development of spiritual cities. Invoking is key to this. And if you don't know what a city is, I might butcher the concept, but you can get the general gist of it and start your own research. Essentially, it's these spiritual gifts, sensing auras, different states of meditation, different states of awareness and intuitiveness, things of that nature are cities, right? And there's a belief that we can cultivate these things. And obviously with this type of work, that's one of the aims, is to potentially grasp some of these for a benefit. And I actually changed one of the intentions of meditating that I set, because I always have like a spiritual goal as well. And I had switched it to seeing auras, actually last night. And then this came up. So it's kind of interesting to see that. Additionally, kind of seeing the bigger perspective and not getting bogged down by situations. I've had to apply that a lot this year. Obviously, many of us have. But for me, it seems maybe on a grander scale, because there was a lot of ways that showed up in areas that weren't necessarily impacted by everything else, right? These were areas that I might have needed to apply this sooner. But I just didn't have the awareness of it. And then once I recognized it, pulling back and understanding how much I was creating my own drama by my level of awareness or reaction to those situations. So I like the energy of this card. I really connect with it. It's one of the ones that I'll probably work with often, because it's one of the things that I probably need help with, despite the work that I've done in that area. And with that said, that's the end of day 28. Tomorrow, we are going to meet the librarian. Thanks so much for checking this out. Like this video, drop a comment, and I will see you tomorrow. Hey, thanks again for checking out my channel. If you haven't already, subscribe by hitting the Phoenix down below and check out more of my videos over there.